Welcome to our restoration project at Red Rocks Park in Morrison, Colorado. Today you will see two sites in our project area. Both were treated with the herbicide Esplanade. Let's start with site number one.
Hi, I'm Kelly Uhing. I'm the city naturalist with the City and County of Denver. And today we are at Red Rocks Park in Morrison, Colorado. And we're going to show you a couple of areas that we have applied the product Esplanade and have seen tremendous results out here. And I'm joined by my team, Scott Bartell and Julia Clark. And let's be honest, they're the ones that did the applications, not me. I just bossed them around. So if you'll come join us on our tour, and let's get started.
So site number one, as you can see, is densely populated with cheatgrass and a little bit of Scotch thistle thrown in there for good measure. This site was initially treated in the fall of 2017, so almost 3 years ago. Here is what the site looks like today. The cheatgrass has been significantly reduced, and a lot of native forbs and grass species have actually come in. Now you're looking at what we call as Thistle Hill. This is primarily Scotch thistle, a little bit of musk thistle as well, and a lot of cheatgrass on the bottom. And we included this in our Esplanade treatments as well, again in the fall of 2017. And you're looking at the density of the cheatgrass seedlings that we had on site. This was prior to our treatments in 2017. And this is June of 2020. Not very many Scotch thistle plants are left. And we were honestly surprised at how well the Esplanade had an effect on biennial noxious weeds, including Scotch thistle and musk thistle that was in here. And you can see a lot of native grasses have come back in its place. You can also see a small amount of cheatgrass on your left side of the screen. And that's okay. It's been about 3 years since our initial application, and so that's to be expected, but trust me, we will be getting to that this year. You can see the blue pin flag in the foreground. This demarcates the project boundary from where that water line went in and the edge of our Esplanade treatments. What you're looking at now is another viewpoint of this side-by-side comparison. Everything on the left side of your screen was not treated for cheatgrass with Esplanade. Everything on the right was. And you can see we have an abundance of native forbs, including bush sunflower, or also known as sunflower shrub, yucca, Louisiana sage, and native grasses, including big blue stem and western wheatgrass, are now on site. And here you can see an abundance of bush sunflower, which is actually quite common in Red Rocks Park. Although we've never seen it in this actual area, we have it now. Now you're looking at an area with a certain percentage of bare ground, which we are actually good with. We know that you need a little bit of bare ground in these areas, and it's really helpful to be combined with the native forbs that you see here, as well as the native grasses, to have a healthy functioning landscape. And this is in a similar area, again a little bit of bare ground, but a lot of native grasses and forbs. Now you're looking at a really nice side-by-side comparison of the area treated with Esplanade compared to the area that wasn't. The area that wasn't is the right half of your screen, or to the right side of the boulder in the foreground. The area treated was up to the left side. And you can see a marked difference between the two, with the abundance of native forbs that we have in the area and the increase in cheatgrass in the non-treated area. And again, you're looking at another area post-treatment, and you can see now all of the native grasses are really starting to fill in into this area. And that is Morrison Cemetery in the background and the project area in the foreground. And just a nice panoramic view of this project area. And like I mentioned before, you will see some cheatgrass in here, and that's okay. Like I mentioned, the initial treatment that took place was in the fall of 2017, so it's been about 3 years that we've had this on the ground. Nice bird's eye view of, again, the project site, just giving you a good perspective on what kind of species composition we're looking at here. Here's a native that we have on site, hairy gold aster, or golden aster, quite prolific in the project area. Native grasses including big blue stem, blue grama, buffalo grass, and sand dropseed are very common on the site now. A lovely example of what we have with Louisiana sage, and a nice close-up of our bush sunflower. The pollinators love this plant. And scurf pea, another native, and daisy fleabane. This one is nice. It's low growing and it spreads out on the ground, providing a nice ground cover. And again, pollinators love this one too. Here's another after that you're looking at. Just a couple of Scotch thistle plants here and there, but trust me, we will get them. And big blue stem, very common in our project site. Blue grama. And blue flax. So that'll do it for site 1. And we will plan to do retreatments in fall of 2020. And our initial treatments in fall of 2017, I thought went extremely well. That was the very first time that we have ever applied Esplanade, and we applied it with backpack sprayers, 3-gallon backpack sprayers, and 2 crew members. And so we were really excited to try it out, but weren't sure exactly what to expect, but we were really happy with the results. Now let's move on to site 2. Hi, and welcome back to our Restoration at Red Rocks project. And now we will go to Site 2, which is on the south end of Red Rocks Park. And here you can see, this is what our site looked like before Esplanade treatments. And dense, very dense infestations of musk thistle. There's poison hemlock in there, a little bit of Scotch thistle, and a whole lot of cheatgrass. Here's from another vantage point, more musk thistle, common mullein, cheatgrass again. And yes, you guessed it, more musk thistle. Just remember how dense that looks. Now here's your after.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the virtual tour of our first site with Esplanade treatments up by the Morrison Cemetery. This is our second area that we've done Esplanade treatments, and I gotta say it looks really good in here compared to over a year and a half ago. We treated this site with Esplanade in October of 2018, and right now it's June of 2020. And we've seen a significant reduction in biennial noxious weed species, including musk thistle, Scotch thistle, poison hemlock, and common mullein. And where we are standing right now used to be solid infestations of all of those species that I just mentioned. And now we're looking at native forbs that are coming back in, such as prickly poppy, the physalia, scorpion weed, silverleaf scorpion weed, hairy gold aster, the others, fringe sage, Louisiana sage, scurf pea, as well as your native grass species like beetle and threadgrass, western wheat, blue grama, and green needlegrass as well. Even some Indian rice grass that we didn't even know we had here. So it's been really fantastic, the results we've had. We do have some areas in the back that we'll take you over to so you can get a better visual of how it used to look. There are some areas that we purposely left untreated, or otherwise known as a skip, so that you can see the before. So let's go over and take a look. All right, so I've got Julia here as our scale model. We have quite a bit of musk thistle in this site still. We need to come in and treat this, but you can also see we do have some natives starting to come in here, such as quite the abundance of prickly poppy, as well as western wheatgrass, and we've seen some big improvements around here. Now if you'll follow me over this way, don't look behind me because that is a skip that we didn't get to yet. My buddy Scott. Hi Scott.
Hello.
This is poison hemlock. Don't eat this stuff because it will kill you. But this is pretty much an indication of how the other area looked prior to our esplanade treatments in fall of 2018. You can just see how dense poison hemlock can get, and we've been really impressed with the activity that we've seen with it out here. Yeah, did I scare you? I bet. I scare myself sometimes too. As you can see, we've got the trifecta in this little section to also give you a good idea of how the other area looked. We have not treated this small area yet, but you can see poison hemlock all over the place. Musk thistle right here. Got some Canada thistle back there, but that will be a whole different story with that one. Tons of poison hemlock rosettes down below, getting ready to bolt as well. And so this will be a good before shot for us because we'll be coming in with esplanade here pretty soon to do our treatments.
So we're going to focus on some of the native species that occupy this site now that the cheatgrass and the biennial weeds have been reduced. And you're looking at scorpion weed, silver-leaved scorpion weed, prickly poppy, nice little population there. And we have a lot of western wheatgrass at this site, interspersed with green needlegrass in the specific area that you're looking at. So prickly poppy in the foreground. And yeah, we do have a little tiny bit of poison hemlock in here as well. Not to worry, we will definitely get on that. Oh, and lupin, or some of you may refer to it as lupine. And this one is definitely getting removed very soon. This is Oriental Poppy. It is not native to Red Rocks Park and is quite invasive. We do have a lot of well-intentioned park users who sometimes feel the need to sprinkle out seeds from wildflower packets they pick up at a store, not realizing what species are in there could be detrimental to the native vegetation in the area. So Oriental Poppy is a good example of good intentions gone wrong. We will definitely be removing this one. And this lovely one is Sulfur Flower. A nice ground cover wild geranium is quite prevalent throughout Red Rocks Park. Lovely pink flowers, and it just has a nice trailing habit to provide some ground cover. And of course, prickly pear cactus. And larkspur. This thistle is not a noxious weed. This is wavy leaf thistle, which is native to Colorado. And we definitely have seen an increase in its populations in this area that we've managed. So that's it for site number 2. Again, here's the after photo. And I hope you enjoyed the tour at Red Rocks Park. And just a reminder, this area was treated in fall of 2018. And so we're looking at almost 2 years worth of treatments with Esplanade at 6 ounces per acre. And we will follow up with treatments again this fall. Thank you for stopping by.